Diddy's a really interesting character in terms of he has a lot of intricacies, he has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and he has a lot of ways to play. Diddy has great frame data along with great whiff punishing with Banana, so he's very bait and punish. He has very tricky movement. One of the best things about Diddy is he's a great brawler along with having such a big threat range with his Banana. Doing things like Z-drop aerials is really good because you're never too obvious with when you're going to use Banana. You can still fight with it still fight with Banana in your hand if you are proficient at Z-drop aerials. Along with, he has a command grab, so your opponent can't just shield if they see you have Banana in hand. So there's so many ways to open your opponent up, and you can do it very safely from basically any range. And this even crazier thing about Monkey Flip is you can transition it to an attack that's relatively safe as well. And by relatively safe, it's really safe. Along with having a lot of tricky movement options with pop gun cancels, Monkey Flip itself has multiple distances, and you can change it into an attack at any point. Not any point, but a decent amount of the move. Diddy also has a lot of playstyles in terms of you can take it simple and you just have your throw follow-ups, you have Banana follow-ups. If you're playing like from like a max distance, Diddy can just play very safe but still get decent damage, along with having great ledge trapping after the fact. He has a lot of traps with his pop gun and Banana, along with great two framing with F tilt, which you don't even have to angle at the ledge, which is very consistent. The move is very active and very consistent. And you also can knock people off the ledge if they hang on the ledge too long with down tilt, which can lead to combos or kills. Diddy never leaves your opponent many options. They have to be ready for so much because there's never one solid answer to what he's doing. There's so many mix-ups. And he also has very devastating combos when you optimize them, if you are at like playing at a range that isn't like super far away. So since his out of shield is really good, there's a lot of things you can do as well. There's the basics. He has great grab combos that work for pretty much every percent that isn't kill percent. He always has some sort of grab follow-up, and his back throw is also great because his ledge trapping is so good, and it's also pretty high damaging for a throw. For his out of shield, there's the basics like grab. He has a frame 5 up smash, which is insanely fast, and it also scoops from pretty far, if you can see here. And it also scoops from behind on like frame 8. It's not connecting here, but it will connect in a lot of scenarios. And he also has some tricky out of shield stuff like Z-drop Banana out of shield, which is around frame 4 or 5, depending on when the Banana actually connects, which can lead to, you know, the basic combos like grabs, or even like things like barrels, a down air. That's the thing about Diddy, like he has punishes that are very consistent, and there's also potential that they're very devastating. So there's so many things you can choose, and there's still so much great damage you can get out of it. And along with his ledge trapping with all the traps, he also has great some great edge guarding that's not even too committal. He doesn't have to go too far off stage a lot of the time. There's some tricky stuff like Monkey Flip kicking into the ledge because it's so active. It's basically just like a free 2-frame, and sometimes it'll even be untechable at the high percent. And then there's the crazy stuff that you've probably seen me do a lot. Z-drop Banana is very good at the ledge against pretty much every character if they're recovering to the ledge, because Banana is transcendent, which means it's not going to get hit by something and disappear like it would in other Smash games. No matter what they're doing, it'll hit them, and it combos into his down air, which is one of the strongest spikes in the game. If you time this right, or if you get a good read on your opponent off stage, it's an extremely early kill, especially for Diddy Kong's archetype, which is usually not killing at like ridiculously early percents. He does combo hard, but he's usually killing at the higher percents. Not to say he struggles at getting kills, it's just a little unusual that he can kill you at like 20 sometimes. So in terms of his movement tricks, there's the pop gun cancels, there's wave bounce side Bs. The movement is pretty important because he actually doesn't have the greatest aerial mobility. So if he's in disadvantage, it can get a little tough. But Monkey Flip is the saving grace here because of the mix-ups afterwards, along with some characters just don't have the speed to catch him if he escapes with Monkey Flip. So you have pop gun cancels afterwards. Pop gun can be canceled into shield. Along with the cancels you can do, which are quite hard, You can also play it safe and kind of land on the ground with it and then shield. He also has B reverse banana pull and wave bounce banana pull, which is a little harder, but basically monkey flip has mix-ups in itself along with a lot of mix-ups afterwards as well. So his disadvantage isn't as bad as you'd expect if you catch your opponent off guard and pay attention and keep mixing it up. In terms of other disadvantage stuff, I'd like to talk about getting off the ledge with Diddy. There's some cool tricks he has. Right here, there's a wall. There's a couple legal stages with walls like Kalos and Yoshi's Story. He has a wall cling, so you have a lot of mix-ups here because you can wall cling twice, and if you save your resources, there's a lot of tricks you can do. Because he has such a quick back air, you can throw out a couple back airs to aggressively get on stage. You can monkey flip after wall clinging, so you can kind of wait your opponent out and see what they're going for and hang on the ledge. Also, it's really good to do this while holding onto a banana because you can force them to deal with it when getting back on the ledge. You can also do this without having the wall cling. So there's also, when you're recovering, you can pull a banana onto the stage to make your opponent deal with that and then get off the ledge based on how they respond to you pulling a banana onto the stage. And sometimes you can do tricky barrels and just go straight past the ledge and go right past your opponent. You just have to be careful that they're not throwing out preemptive hitboxes. There's also, if you have banana in your hand while you're getting hit, you can also Z drop it as soon as possible and kind of use it to cover your landing. You can also like air dodge like with it as you're like dropping it, and like you kind of have a hitbox while air dodging. So he has some tricks up his sleeve and disadvantage for sure. His recovery going horizontal is also crazy. Yeah, let's talk about his recovery. So technically it's exploitable because if he gets hit out of his barrels, he's pretty dead in a lot of the scenarios. But if you keep your double jump, there's a lot of mix-ups this character can have. If you watch your opponent, sometimes monkey flipping right past them is really good, or like right above them, because some characters don't have the hitboxes or the speed to cover everything, if you know what I'm saying. So if you watch your opponent and see, oh, they're like they want to hit me out of my barrels, let me monkey flip. You can also start your barrel charge pretty far off stage while keeping your double jump. So if you do get hit out of it, you still have a chance, because like someone in chat said, his horizontal recovery is so good. Uncharged, it still goes very, very far. And if it is charged, it's pretty ridiculous. So yeah, his recovery is solid if you pay attention and save as many resources as you can. And there's so many weird tricks that you'll kind of get comfortable with when you play the character more. Like if there's a wall jump accessible, you can monkey flip kick into the stage and keep your double jump and like air dodge and like still grab the ledge and whatnot. So you can have like a meaty hitbox along with still being able to recover relatively safely. What else? There's a lot of tricks with banana too. Banana has a lot of weird tricks. Like I recommend looking up this info yourself, but there's a lot of tricks you can do to shield poke with banana. Like it's all character specific, but sometimes if you throw a banana like straight down at their shield and whatnot, you can force trips. Or if they're like above you on the platform, there's a lot of shield poking you can do with the banana. So I definitely recommend throwing banana in different ways rather than straight at them. Pivoting and like throwing it down, or like short hopping and throwing it down, or throwing it up right at them. Because on certain opponents, throwing it up there would actually just straight up hit a lot of characters, especially if they're shielding. So there's a lot of tricks you can do, because if I throw it up here and then instantly go into a grab, it's pretty fast and would be hard to react to. So there's so many mix-ups with banana, along with like the Z drop cancels you have. So I like to poke at people's shield with aerials and like air to air them if they're scared of getting hit by banana on the ground. Sometimes you can condition your opponent really well and they'll like jump at you when you have banana in your hand, and you can straight up throw the banana at them as an air to air and get follow-ups off of it, kind of as conditioning and telling your opponent that you can't just jump, that he can just straight up anti-air you with banana, because like I said, it's transcendent. They can't even hit it with the hitbox. Their best bet is to try to catch it. I would say Diddy's like most consistent kill confirms are banana toss into smash stack, of course. So holding on to banana is really good, and waiting for your moment to get a kill off it is really great. Because staying patient with it and like holding on to it, monkey flipping with banana in hand, and really waiting for your opportunity is really nice. Because the longer you hold on to it in a lot of matchups, the more options you'll end up seeing. Then there's also down tilt. So down tilt's a relatively safe poke, and it's really great at low percents for combos, and it also turns into a kill confirm at high percents. So I'm sure you've probably seen me down tilt up smash a lot. It's also relatively safe on shield, especially if you like buffer or spot dodge and you think they're gonna grab. It's relatively safe. And there's the back air I'm talking about. And there's also some really crazy down tilt chains before they go into tumble. So if you see here, he's not going into tumble yet, and sometimes you can chain your opponent across the stage with the down tilts. There's probably a percentage chart somewhere that you can look up if you're really interested, which is crazy because then you can react to your opponent actually going into tumble, like right there, and get your kill confirmed. And sometimes with rage, you can down tilt up smash before your opponent even goes into this tumble state, and they'll just die if they're like a light opponent. Down tilt is really consistent. And the craziest part, like let's say you have banana in your hand, your opponent's at high percent, so they're scared of the banana toss. Monkey flip is actually a kill move at the ledge. I would say even at this percent on some stages, this would actually KO villager here. So they have so much to worry about at high percent. Along with monkey flip also changing into monkey flip kick, which can also KO as well. So let's talk about more interesting kill confirms and like more things that aren't as common but are definitely possible. There's Z drop nair into Z drop the banana into down air kill confirm. So as you see that, I naired and recaught my banana after the Z drop, and then I Z dropped the banana on him again and down aired. So this is a ridiculous setup you can get. So naturally your opponent's going to be very scared in the corner because of your ledge trapping, your corner pressure, monkey flip grab, banana toss, and sometimes you'll catch him slipping and you'll get him with that.